Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt something was off? No one said anything, nothing obvious happened, but somehow you just knew. Or maybe you looked at someone's face and understood what they were feeling before they even spoke. And people around you don't get it. They say you're overthinking, too sensitive, reading too much into things. But what if they're wrong? What if this ability you've been doubting is actually a rare psychological strength? If you can read people easily, their mood, their intentions, the energy in a room, then you're not weak or paranoid. You're tuned in. You're aware in a way most people aren't. And what you might see as a burden is actually something powerful. Because while others move through life missing signals, you pick up on what's unspoken. So if you've ever felt like you notice too much, here are 6 rare traits you likely have. Number 1. You have high emotional intelligence. Psychology shows that people who can read others well tend to have strong emotional intelligence. This means you don't just see facial expressions, you understand what's behind them. You can tell when someone says, "I'm fine," but clearly isn't. You notice tone, pauses, eye contact, the small details most people ignore. For example, in a group conversation, you might sense when someone feels left out, even if they're smiling. Instead of seeing this as overthinking, understand this. You're emotionally aware. You don't just hear words, you read feelings. That's a skill many people spend years trying to develop. Number 2, you are highly empathetic. Research indicates that people who read others easily often have deeper empathy. You don't just understand emotions, you feel them. When someone is stressed, you feel that tension. When someone is hurt, you sense it instantly. This can be overwhelming sometimes. You might even absorb other people's emotions without realizing it. But here's the reframe. This makes you someone who truly understands others. You're the person people feel safe around, even if they don't know why. Because deep down, they sense that you get them. Number 3, you are naturally intuitive. There are times when you just know something feels off, even when everything looks normal on the surface. Psychology suggests that intuition is often built from pattern recognition. Your brain has seen so many emotional patterns that it can predict outcomes before they happen. For example, you might meet someone new and instantly feel uneasy, even if they're being polite. Later, you realize your instinct was right. That's not luck. That's your mind connecting dots subconsciously. Instead of doubting this ability, start trusting it. Your intuition is not random, it's informed. Number 4, you are highly observant of details. Most people focus on what's being said. You focus on everything else. Body language, micro-expressions, changes in behavior. Research shows that subtle nonverbal cues often reveal more than words, and you pick up on those cues naturally. For example, you might notice when someone's energy suddenly shifts or when their smile doesn't reach their eyes. You see contradictions between words and actions, and that gives you a clearer picture of reality than most people have. This isn't being too much, this is awareness. Number 5, you have strong social awareness. You understand how people behave in different situations. You can read the room without needing anyone to explain it. Psychology shows that social awareness is a key part of emotional intelligence. It allows you to adapt, communicate better, and avoid unnecessary conflict. For example, you know when to speak and when to stay quiet. You can sense tension between people even when it's unspoken. This makes you someone who can navigate social situations with depth and precision. You're not just present, you're aware of the entire emotional environment. Number 6, you've likely been shaped by experience. This ability doesn't always come from nowhere. Research suggests that people who grew up in unpredictable or emotionally complex environments often develop stronger people-reading skills. They had to learn how to read moods quickly, to stay safe, to avoid conflict, or to understand what wasn't being said. So if this sounds like you, there's a chance this strength was built over time. And while that past might not have been easy, it gave you something powerful. You learned to understand people on a deeper level, and that's something no one can take away from you. Now, here's the truth you need to hear. Being able to read people easily can feel exhausting. You notice things others don't. You feel things deeply. You sometimes wish you could just switch it off. But this is not a weakness. This is awareness, empathy, and intuition combined. It's a rare mix. And when you learn to manage it, by setting boundaries, by not absorbing every emotion, by trusting your instincts, it becomes one of your greatest strengths. Because in a world where many people don't pay attention, you do. So if you've always felt like you see too much, maybe that's exactly what makes you different. And maybe that difference is your advantage. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. You're not alone in this, and there's a lot more to understand about how your mind works. Subscribe for more insights like this and start seeing your personality for what it truly is, not a flaw, but a strength.